So you're working on an e-commerce project, and your domain is what's considered an exact match domain. And you're planning on growing your traffic. You're starting with link building, and let's say your website is something like this. Here's a random uh, e-commerce industry I found. Here's relatively competitive, and the exact match domain in this case is best anime toys. Some keywords are going after best anime toys, Naruto toys, which is a special type of anime. And if you building links, you're going to have to build links to various pages on your site. You're going to have to make anchor text decisions, and you need to figure out how many links you need. Um, what Linkio helps you do is just take in as much data as possible and come out with a plan on the other end. So let me show you a setup here. And the reason why I broke down exact match versus partial match versus non-match is each one of these actually requires a different strategy, and most people mess this up. But with this tool, it's going to be impossible for you to mess it up. So, Best Anime Toys is an e-commerce site. Does the domain name match the keyword exactly? Yes, it does. And then in this case, because it's an exact match domain, I'm not going to put the brand name as Best Anime Toys because I consider that a keyword. So I'm going to leave this something nondescript. I'll just call it NEMD. For this campaign, I'm just going to import backlinks from Ahrefs, but if you have Moz, if you want Moz links, feel free to leave it checked. My search engine is a US-based site, so that's what I'll be choosing. Now, my first step here typically is to just set up the keyword rank tracker because I want to understand where these keywords currently rank. That's my starting point. So let's start there. A few seconds later, I have my data. For best anime toys, I currently rank position 21. That's page 3 of Google. For the main term anime toys, I'm ranking page 8. And for some long tails like Naruto, I guess I'm not ranking for it at all. Next up, if I go to add new pages in the anchor text planner, the pages that the keyword rank tracker discovered are going to be the pages that are automatically visible here in the anchor text planner. So it's the home page that's appearing for these terms. I want to further analyze this homepage. So checking the page type, yep, it's a company homepage. The keyword anime toys, best anime toys, that's fine. If I was building links, what should my ideal percentage be? By default, Linkio chose national homepage. I want to make sure it's national homepage, exact match domain. So what's happening now is Linkio is importing all of the backlinks. And it turns out this site actually has no backlinks yet. It's a brand new site. If you can verify that with Ahrefs as well, you can see the website here. There's basically nothing. So we're starting with a brand new zero authority site. In a situation like this, we need to understand what the competitive landscape looks like. If I want to rank number 1 for anime toys, what kind of domain do I need? So I head over to add new competitors. I auto discover competitors, and I'm going to choose the head term anime toys. After a few seconds, the top 10 results are pulled. The domain authority, referring domains, domain ranks of all the competitors are coming out here. Now let's break down what's going on here. As a no authority, brand new e-commerce domain, when you're looking for competitors, you're looking for people who you can eventually reach, eventually match. You're looking for that small company that's also ranking with the behemoths. So a lot of these e-commerce keywords are going to be a mixture of low, medium, and high authority sites. Like we have, look at all these domain ratings, and then we have Amazon here a few times. We have some 70s, we have Etsy, we have Alibaba, we have AliExpress. So there's these massive authority sites, but then you also see ToyWiz, domain rank of 58, which after a long time, that's not impossible. And we have animetoys.it slash anime shop, domain rank of 12, domain authority of 29. So when you're moving forward with analysis, don't analyze this Amazon page. That their metrics isn't applicable to. They're ranking because of their domain authority and their age and people visiting their site constantly. You're looking for sites that match the page that's ranking. So you're looking for a home page and you're looking for something in your vicinity of authority. In this case, for best anime toys, if the keyword is anime toys, I think overall I'm looking to rank the home page or internal optimized page for anime toys. Now, as I look at their site's not really optimized that well or that way. So I don't have a direct comp. Like what I will do though is ToyWiz is their internal page is ranking on page 1. They've got a domain rank of 58. So what I want to do is, because I'm analyzing my homepage, I want to compare it to their homepage as well. So I'm going to manually add ToyWiz, the homepage here. And I'm going to manually add this animetoys.it page. The Amazons, the Etsys, the Alibabas, that's not in my striking distance ever. And then Light in a Box, domain authority 82, that's too high as well. Big Bad Toy Store is interesting. That one I would have a look at as well. But it's just the home pages I'm interested in because I'm looking at my homepage. Because animetoys.it is an exact match domain, similar to the way I set up my actual site, I'm going to make sure the keyword is here. For ToyWiz, this brand name looks good here. For Big Bad Toy Store, I would turn these into spaces. When we import these backlinks and analyze them, we use the brand name and the keywords as anchor text categorization mechanisms. So it's important to have the appropriate keywords here. Here I might check to make sure that the brand name didn't make its way into the keywords, that the main keyword is here. If there's any side keywords, also have them in here. I'm going to move forward with these three. And we're going to push ahead with analysis. So what's happening next is, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the spinner. And what the spinner means is we're querying the Ahrefs API, we're querying Moz if it's activated, and we're pulling in all the backlinks. This one's backlinks for the homepage. Crawl, index check, anchor text categorize them, and it'll give you the realest sense of how many backlinks each one of these homepages actually have, to give you a sense of where you need to get before you can even think about ranking for some inner pages, or you'll see what I mean, but this takes a bit of time. These are some high authority sites. So let's pause it here and come back. So bestanimetoys.com, the competitive analysis is done. We're looking at ToyWiz, which is a partial match domain. We're looking at Anime Toys, which is an exact match domain, and Big Bad Toy Store, which is a partial match domain. The raw numbers, overall, these are some heavy hitting sites. ToyWiz has 3,500 referring domains according to Ahrefs. Big Bad Toy Store is Big Bad indeed with 6,200. Best Anime Toys has 0. Okay, so if this was Best Anime Toys, the business owner, this is not for the faint of heart. But at least you have Anime Toys, the exact match domain, which is ranking for some keywords with close to low authority, because Exact match domains can rank with less links because they're more thematically relevant as long as you don't mess up the link building campaign. After Linkio crunched all these numbers, homepage referring domains was 2,700 for Ahrefs. After Linkio did its job, about 1,000 of those were actual backlinks. Just imagine seeing 2,700 and then having a tool crawl through it and find a third of them are the only ones that actually are live. Yeah, it's a big deal. So now we're down to 1,000. Of those 1,000, about 40% of them are do follow and indexed. So if we wanted to power up the homepage to be similar to Big Bad, we need 400 referring domains. Anime Toys Exact Match has 47 live. Of those, only 8 are do follow and indexed. Interesting. ToyWiz 600 and 200. Okay. So some of you might get really excited and say, "Oh, awesome! I only need to build 8 links to my homepage, and I'm gonna start ranking for some awesome keywords." Of course, this stuff doesn't work like that. This number is so low, I would probably just ignore it, honestly. If it has 8 referring domains, I don't care about any of these percentages. These are just kind of meaningless and random, and right away, I'm not thinking about that. But I am thinking about, I'm putting together a link building campaign. I want to kill it in the space. I want to rank for everything in my subpages, and I want to have a very powerful domain because a powerful domain is a huge part of being able to rank in today's SEO. I'm trying to get to at least ToyWiz's level over time. That's 200 referring domains. Maybe I can accomplish that with a campaign over the course of a year. Okay, so this stuff isn't easy, but it's not 600 referring domains. Okay, it's 186. It's not 1,000. It's 400. So when you think about it, it's a little bit more manageable. And then if you wanted to craft the right anchor text percentage, now the reason why I have a national homepage exact match domain is because when it comes to exact match domains, technically you could make the brand name here best space anime toys or best space anime space toys. However, that also becomes a keyword. And then you fall into the danger of over optimizing your anchor text. Google thinks you're being spammy with your keywords and you end up getting penalized and you can't rank. So the best practice when you have an exact match domain is that you consider your brand to be bestanimetoys.com, just like that. You consider the website name. So this branded category here, for the default is almost 40%, whereas for the brand name itself, it's at 0 because the keyword and the exact keyword and the brand name are the same thing. Therefore, we're focusing on websitename.com for the brand name. And then you're noticing the exact keyword is higher as a result, 11.8%. So if there was an exact match domain that had a ton of links, I may consider using them as a competitor. But in this case, I'm going to leave it as Linkio defaults. This has given me a sense of, hey, I'm going to shoot for about 200 referring domains over the course of a year. And then when I need anchor text suggestions, this is where I go. So for a new site like this, I'm doing about 10 links at a time. I'm planning out 10 links. So I'm grabbing 10 of these, marking them as started. And then the beauty of Linkio is, we use this on a daily basis. I didn't want to bog my team down with data entry. When you come in here and you grab the anchor text, that's when it's helpful. If you have to come back in here and update it to published and like manually update the roadmap, that's when it becomes a waste of time. So every time a new link is discovered, Linkio automatically compares the anchor text to what you have in the roadmap and it updates it on the fly. So anytime you log in, you're gonna have the freshest suggestions, and that's just the way we engineer the tool because we have to use this tool ourselves, and I don't want to get bogged down with the data entry. All right. So that's an exact match e-commerce domain. That's how I'd approach optimizing the home page. We could also do an example of an inner page. Honestly, this site actually, I don't think it was created for an SEO or by an SEO because it's relatively poorly optimized and slow. But for the sake of argument, let's say we wanted to rank this Dragon Ball page. So we got this Dragon Ball page. It's got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it. All right, let's pretend that this has a chance of ranking. So I'm going to just manually import this page here. I do want to set the keyword. So let's do Dragon Ball Toys. This is an e-commerce product page, which by default this was selected, but you want to make sure it's okay. The default ideal percentage in this case is an e-commerce product page default as well. So let's add this page. By adding it, we automatically check the ranking. So you can sneak over to the keyword rank tracker, give this thing a couple seconds to update. You can see it's got a lot of search volume. And no surprise here, it's not top 100. But for the sake of argument, let's say that, all right, we're gonna add a competitor. And this can help, kind of a novice SEO also see if their page is even appropriate for this keyword at all. Is their URL optimized appropriately? Does it look like the rest of the pages that are showing up? So here's a familiar face, Big Bad Toy Store. It's got the URL Dragon Ball in there. Toy Wiz, also very familiar. Got the URL. So let's start with these two. Then we have Target, Amazon, which I wouldn't include because they're on a different level. Entertainment Earth, DR73. Maybe if I wanted to analyze their links and try to go after competitor links, I could throw it in here. Saying stuff is interesting. Walmart, no. Here's a home page that's ranking. Interesting. Exact match domain. Referring domains 57. So that's probably another one we could have used for this example. And then this looks like a listicle. eBay. So of these three results are relevant, and the Entertainment Earth wouldn't be terrible to go after. Once again, just make sure the brand name has the right spaces in it. Yeah, these keywords are looking okay. Yeah, let's add the competitors. Head back to the list and can wait a few minutes and see how these things look. All right, Linkio's analysis is done. Let's see what the results came back with. So here, starting at the top, we see the percentages, but I'd like to start from the bottom up in this case. Let's start with the live referring domains. Big Bad Toy Store has 0, Toy Wiz has 15, Entertainment Earth has 2, Saying Stuff has 1. So Toy Wiz has a decent amount of referring domains. How many of them are do follow and indexed? 4 of them. 4 of them. And if you were curious, you could just have a look at what those were. Some foreign links. And yeah, these might just kind of nonsense links in general. So most of these pages are ranking on domain authority. I wouldn't be copying any of these percentages because there's not enough data here to really matter. I would just stick with the e-commerce product page, which is very natural. It's asking you to go with branded half the time, which in your case would, or if this person's case would be bestanimetoys.com, and the rest is a distribution, a natural distribution. Now, to go even deeper than that is, well, a lot of people, this is how they start campaigns. They don't have much authority on their site. They have a list of keywords and they say, okay, I want to rank for these keywords. Or they might say something like, cool, I want to rank for Dragon Ball toys. And if it works out okay, I would like to expand my budget. Um, so in that case, if somebody that maybe you hire an SEO company and they want your business and they just listen to whatever you ask them, they're going to build links, 10, 20, 30 links over time to this Dragon Ball page. And guess what? You're not going to get any rankings whatsoever because Google doesn't trust your domain yet because your homepage links are zero. Um, and and you're not an exact match domain for Dragon Ball where you can get away with that. A lot of these others are pretty highly authoritative. And even the one that's on the lower end of the authority is also niche specific for Dragon Ball stuff. So maybe, if you weren't targeting all anime toys and you were just focusing on Dragon Ball, you wouldn't need a ton of homepage links to become relevant. But because you're in the category of general anime, you have to grow your overall trust and brand authority enough to actually be relevant for that more niche, higher volume stuff like Dragon Ball. So when you're looking at link building campaigns, think about it in this way. And if you're doing client services, you need to break down how this stuff works. And you can use the data from Linkio, just the same way I'm doing right now, to show what the value is. So you take a consultative approach. If you're an agency, you take a realistic approach. If you're doing this for your own company, and just seeing the raw numbers and being able to sift through all that data gives you an action plan that you can use and then go forward with executing, track your rankings, monitor your backlinks, and eventually start to rank and these things start to work. So any questions, let me know.